So the project we're working on is called the Scottish Feminist Judgments Project. It's one of a number of projects that are being done across the world which take key judgments from that jurisdiction and rewrite them from a feminist perspective.
So we ask our judgment writers to take a case, to look at the kind of reasoning that was used and the sorts of interests that were to the fore in the judgment, and then we ask them to apply a different feminist perspective, feminist reasoning, or to bring a different set of interests to the fore and see if the outcome would be different.
It's for a whole range of people. I mean, it's the Scottish Feminist Judgment Project, so it's obviously targeting a Scottish audience, but it's by no means exclusively for a Scottish audience. It's part of a range of feminist judgment projects which have been done across different jurisdictions, and so I would hope that it would form part of a kind of global conversation. More locally within Scotland, it's for legal academics and practitioners and judges themselves. It's also for students. We think it will be a really powerful resource for students to be able to look at the kind of conventional judgment and the feminist judgment side by side, and encourage them to really criticise and challenge and question the assumptions that underlay the original judgment.
In the project, we're really clear that we want the methods to be collaborative and to involve a different range of contributors. So we have our legal judgment writers. They're a combination of academics and legal practitioners, and they'll be paired up with a commentator who works with the judgment writer to critique and help them kind of get to the point where they're happy with their judgment. And that will happen during the course of a few different workshops. But we're also going to be involving a range of artistic contributors too. So we have a poet, photographer, a textile artist, and they'll be bringing their own sets of methods and knowledges to bear on the project too.
The law is very good at portraying itself as being neutral and objective, and a lot of people think that that's the only thing that the law should be, is impartial, neutral, objective and so on. But the law is made by and populated by human beings, and no human being can be entirely neutral or objective. And I think these kinds of projects just show us that the same legal materials, the same set of facts can be treated in very different ways depending on the extent to which you acknowledge and reflect on your own subjectivity and your own role in making that judgment. And I think, again, showing students that the law isn't just a machine, that you feed into the machine the problem, the machine applies the rules and out pops the solution at the other end, that actually, depending on how you treat that material, will give you a very different kind of outcome, or a very different set of reasons for that outcome.
It's a powerful medium that we can use to present a feminist argument. So we could take these original judgments and we could write commentaries which criticise them from a kind of academic perspective, but by forcing the judgment writers to write as judges in those cases, you highlight really clearly the choices that the original judges made. They could have done X, Y and Z with the resources that were available within the constraints of the evidence rules and the procedurals, but they chose not to. And so it's a very kind of immediate and vivid way of highlighting discretion in operation. And in that sense, kind of using the power of law to a different effect.
It strikes a balance between activism and reality. So it tries to draw attention to how there's always room for change, but it also wants to respect the boundaries that law imposes on everybody in their lived realities and lawyers when they go about their jobs. So it's an interesting way and an important way of bringing a critical lens to bear on the law without necessarily engaging in the kinds of articles or book writing that academics typically pursue.